And this is where their chat will be popping up.
Okay.
Normally, this is for somebody who last said good afternoon.
Maybe they are not ready yet.
Then
This
I
one.
think that last time we came, this is what we're using or something like this.
Okay.
This what we did now was we're able to pop out this chat
Okay.
like this, so
Oh,
that you can just be here and be seeing their
this
chat.
thing.
But I think before you have to be
Yes. Yeah.
switching. And this is
Okay.
Zoom something.
Okay. As like the class has started already, right?
Oh, like, I don't know whether you're online or not.
Good afternoon here. Good afternoon, everybody. If you're on the call, can you say good afternoon, or can I see your thumbs up? Can you just say something so I can know that someone is there? Okay, Oreoluwa, yeah, good afternoon. How are you? So I think we can start the class, right? Okay, thank you. Yeah, once again, good afternoon, everybody. And also, I'm welcoming you to another segment of COS 102, which is problem solving. Today, we'll be looking at another special topic, which is implementation and programming basis. Over the weeks, you've been introduced to different techniques and different modalities on the how to solve a problem. It is just like in this world, that people we must solve a problem, and as a scientist, you must have one way or the other to solve your problem. So in routine. So we have a lot of ways, like in terms of algorithms, techniques to solve our problem. So this is it's telling us a putting an algorithm into a programming basis to solve our problem. In this lesson this afternoon, we have like I think 5 modules, and I believe we will run through them um, if time permits. It is we have 2 hours. It is we should be able to run through the 5 modules, and in which enjoying you to pay attentive. And if you have any concern, you can pop it up on the chat, and let's discuss it together. So program paradigms. Or let me first say, what is programming? Programming is an art of solving or writing a notation, series of notation. Just like you have your computer cannot talk, your computer cannot, your computer can't talk, but you can talk to your computer. In which way can you talk to your computer is by writing a program, writing series of notations, writing series of codes to talk to your computer, for your computer to perform a given action. So we now have different paradigms when it comes to programming. It is this paradigm can be divided into two. But before we go there, let me just give you the objective of this lesson this afternoon. So at the end of this class, the students should be able to understand different programming paradigms we have. Then also the students should also should be able to understand what an OOP paradigm is, that is the object-oriented programming paradigm. Then also know the pros, that is the advantages and disadvantages of these different paradigm. Then choose the one that is suitable to solve your concern, your problem, and then at the end of the day, we'll be introduced to Python, which is an high-level language. That is an art. You after taking you through what an algorithm is, then you should be also be able to translate those algorithms into a programming language. If you can hear me loud and clear, can you please give me a thumbs up? Yes, this is course 201 class. or CSC 201 class. Yes, that's Introduction to Problem Solving. Yeah, layout programming paradigms. So in programming, the programming paradigm can be divided into two basic form. That is, we have the imperative programming paradigm. That is, imperative is telling the computer or the machine what to do and how to do it. A typical example of that is all these normal programming languages we have, like C, like C++, the additional Python and the likes. Then the declarative, you don't specifically tell the code or or the machine what to do. So it uses a logic. A typical example of that is the SQL, the HTML, and the likes. So under the imperative programming paradigm, we have the procedural programming, we have the object-oriented, and we have the parallel processing. While under the declarative programming paradigm, we have the logical programming, the functional programming, and the database processing. We'll not take much of our time on this because our basis for this class is for you to be introduced to the basis of Python programming language, to know some little things in Python before you move to the next level. Having to know that Python is an high level language, and it's used to do a lot of things. So I will just rush us through this paradigm for us to know that when you're talking about programming, it's not just all about Python. It comes from there's source for it. So we have the declarative, just like I said earlier, is a style of building programs that express logic of computation without talking about the control flow, like a logic. So it's often considered programs as theory of some logics. So it's simple in writing a parallel programming. Then we have it can be termed as an abstract model of computation. Then under the declarative programming paradigm, we have the functional programming. So it came from the concept of mathematics and its language independent. Then the database driven, that's the program methodology is based on data and movement, which is referred to as the SQL and the likes. So the imperative program, it works by changing the program state through assignment statement. That is, we have each steps. We have a step for the order of the program. That is, if A is this, then this will happen. Else this will happen. So it performs a step-by-step task by changing the state, just like an algorithm. Like defining algorithm, we said is a step-by-step procedure of achieving a given text. So imperative programming follow a step-by-step way of changing the task and solving a given task. So the main focus is on how to achieve the goal. The paradigm consists of several statements and execution of all the results which is stored, and in which you are going to see this evening, like a lot of statements we have when it comes to writing programming. So what are the pros? What are the cons of imperative programming? One, very simple to implement. Then it contains loops, variables, data types, and the likes, in which you are going to see it in Python programming this evening. Then the cons are the complex problem cannot be solved. Then less efficient and less productive. Parallel programming is impossible. So also, when we are talking about imperative as well, we mean is a procedure, because we said it's a step-by-step way of changing the state of a particular task. So what that means is that it's a procedural way. So the paradigm emphasizes on procedure in terms of underlining machine mode. That is procedure from A to B, from B to C. That is, you don't jump a process. So if you did not pass 100 level, you can't move to 200 level and the like. That's the procedure. So there is no difference in between procedural and imperative. So it has the ability to reuse code, and it is very good at what time when it's used. That is, we can reuse. That is, which is also a good way for imperative or a procedure. That is, you can use a part of a code, just like you can use parts of your textbook, the remaining part of your textbook that you not finish in 100 level, you can still use it in 200 level. Just like this course is a prerequisite course for more programming language that you'll be introduced to. So it is reusable. That's what we call reusability. Then structured programming. There's structured programming is also part of programming paradigm. So structured programming is a programming approach in which the program is made as a single structure, that is from A to Z. That is all the content of the code. Let's take for instance, you have a sheet of paper and you are writing something inside. So everything that you are going to all the content of the code will be in a single sheet. It is, you are not taking it out. You are not you did not have extra booklet. Just like you are writing the exam and you did not collect extra booklet. So if a lecturer is marking, it will be easy for the lecturer to quickly mark a full sheet than looking for another extra booklet um, of such. So what I'm trying to explain is a single structure programming mode. It is, you are not connecting anywhere. You are not branching. Just like you are leaving your house, leaving your house to the campus. So you are not branching your friend place just straight from your house to the campus and from the campus to back to your house. So it means the code will be executed instruction by instruction, one after the other. No go to statement. That's like you leave your house, you come into the class. So you're not branching anywhere. You're not looking sideways. You're not looking anywhere. You're just what? From your house to the class, from the class to your house. That is a structured programming. So it does not support the possibility of jumping. Yet if you don't jump from one place to another, just like some people, they say they will tell you you're going to class, and before you know it, they'll jump from one place to another, like from their friend house to their cousin to this. At the end of the day, you will not see them in class. So it's a technique device to improve the reliability and clarity of programs. So example of structured programming, we have C, we have C++, we have Java, we have C Sharp. These three, that is these three, the C++, Java, and C Sharp, they also exhibit as object-oriented programming, but we still call them a structured programming. But here is only C that is typically structured programming language. So two primary features of structured programming. So we have the program is in hierarchical arrangement. It is from up, that is from top to bottom. So then flow within the program is controlled exclusively by only three control from that: selection, repetition, and sequencing. Those are the control flows in which we also use this in object-oriented programming as well. So those are the control flow of structured programming. So we have the selection, we have the repetition, and we have the sequencing. When we say sequencing, that is a one-way programming from up to bottom, from up to down, just like a straightforward. You're not looking back. Once you leave from point A, you are going towards point B directly. There is no space, or there is no any digit between 0 and 1. That is a sequence programming. No 0.5, no 1 zero point 0.1 over 3. No, it's only 0 and 1. So the basic control of the selection, we have the if then else. That is for the selection statement. That is, if this is this, then this will happen, or this will not happen. For instance, like if the time is 4 o'clock, then we are going to have what? We are going to run our class this evening. Else the time is not 4 o'clock, then it's not yet time for the class. Or if the lecturer is available, then the class is going to hold. Else, no class. That's it. There's multiple choice, or you're selecting, you're picking from an option. Then also we have the do while statement. The do while statement is called the repetition. That is, you put something inside a loop, just like your fan. Your fan in your hostel or in your classroom. That what once you on it, it's what the fan will be cycling. Is already inside the loop until what you press the switch button again and it stops working. So placing a statement one after the other for a sequence to happen. It is do this until That is, you keep what? You keep coming to class until what? Until week 13 that you write your exam. That's why you have to test it. Is the week is are we in week 13? If the answer is no, then you keep coming to class. If the answer is yes, then what? You said this is lecture free week. So that's due until why statement for reputation. Then we also have what? Case for reputation. So what are now the advantages and disadvantages of structure? I think we've taken that earlier. That is user friendly. That is it's easy to write because it's not a long kind of code. It can be long, but you can make it shorter. So you are not making any branches anywhere and the like. So mainly problem based instead of being machine problem. So let's quickly move ahead. Object oriented programming language and some facts. So OOP, that is the short form is what? OOP, or you call it object oriented. When we say object, that is we make use of what? Of object to simulate the real life activity. So it's a program paradigm that provide many concepts such as inheritance. That is, you can when we say inheritance, that is you can get something from the parents node down to the child node. That is inheritance. Just the normal English word inheritance. A father that is what? That is giving, passing some things to or some traits to their children. That is inheritance. That is in programming. Object-oriented programming exhibits that inheritance. The data binding. That is, we have a lot of elements or compound in what? In a container that they can easily borrow from or use. Then polymorphism, that is a particular object can exhibit in two different ways and still give the same answer. So in the program paradigm where everything is represented as an object, that is everything in object-oriented programming is what is being represented as what? As an object. That's why he said what? Look, you look at the car as what? As an object. Then inside the object, we have what we call a property. Then we have what we call an attribute, just like human being. Human being is an object. And as object, we have what we call an attribute. What is the attribute of human being? We have hand, we have head, we have leg, we have stomach, and a lot. Then what are now the attributes of what are the properties of these attributes? Like our hand, we can use our hand to hit, we can use our hand to slap someone that is what? That is running his or her mouth and the likes, and so on and so forth. So a popular object-oriented languages are Java, we have the C sharp, we have PHP, we have Python, we have C++, and like. Now look at this. Earlier, I listed Java, C sharp, and Python as part of structured programming. And here it's still coming here again as what? As object-oriented programming. If you are following the class, I just said earlier that the three of these, that is the C++, the C sharp, and the Python, they exhibit in what? In two forms, just like we have isotope back then in is it in chemistry or in biology? That's isotope. That's okay. I think it's in chemistry. So see, they exist in what? In two. They have two different mass number. So C sharp and Python, C++, they exhibit as what? As structured programming. They also exhibit as object-oriented programming. Are we in the same page? Am I communicating? If I'm communicating, can you give me a thumbs up? Are we on the same page? Are we together? I believe you people can talk now. So if I call your name, okay, yes, we are together. So I will just call your name now. If I call your name and you did not, I asked you a question and you did not get it, that's -5. So it simplifies object-oriented continuous. So it simplifies software development process. Now, unlike the structured programming that everything is written in a single page, object-oriented programming make use of objects, make use of subclasses, make use of different modules, like in form of objects, in form of attributes and what and property, in which they are come together. So we have objects, we have class, inheritance, polymorphism, abstraction, encapsulation, coupling, cohesion, association. All these are properties of object-oriented programming. Take this and copy it. You get it? So these are just all the properties of object oriented programming. Thank you. So that's for mode one. I think we are done with mode one. Before we move on, any question? Any question before we move ahead? Before we jump to module two? Okay, now I haven't introduced this to you. Now, I believe if if someone asks you about programming now, you should be able to write like 5 pages of statement about what a program and program paradigms are. So let's move on to um, Python programming. That is as the second stage of this course. It is the student will be introduced to Python. So Python programming, which is module two. What is Python? It's not a snake, but it's a programming language. Um, it's an high-level programming language. What do we mean by high level? Like it uses what we call an English-like statement. You know, when it comes to machine, we have what we call the machine language, the assembly language, and the high-level language. The first two, which is machine and high-level, sorry, an assembly language, they are meant for are we still communicating? So they are meant for machine. And the middle one, which is the assembly language, is part machine and part of it human being. That is the first one, which is machine language, is all about zeros and one. And you know how the zeros and one can be tedious for human being. Like for instance, if I want to spell who is this person? Oreoluwa. It means that I will write series of 0 1 0 1 0 1 0 1, and also there's also bits and all these sign magnitude as well that I need to add for the computer to understand. So all this process is tedious for human being. So this led to what we call assembly language, which led to development of assembly language, which uses symbols and mnemonics to identify or to interact with the computer. That is, we use a bit of some code to interact with the computer. Also, it's tedious. So this the difficulties led to what we call high level language. So the high level language uses what we call the English like statement. Like I can write something in English, input A. So even a layman that is not a computer scientist can understand that when you say input, it means that you want to put something inside something, or read, or print. All these are what they are high-level command towards to the computer. So in which Python is part of the high-level language. So introduction to Python programming. So in this module, we are going to be talking about the brief introduction to Python and why it was selected for this course. Then also we talk about variables, which consists of data types, assignment, operator, and the likes. Then also full expression. So this is module two. So we need to be very fast. So Python is a popular high-level and general-purpose programming language known for its clarity, easy to read, syntax, like this, they have a free syntax. So the name of the person that created Python was Gujo van Rossum. So it was released in 1991. So I think some of you here, you are older than, sorry, Python is older than you. So it was created in 1991. So its design philosophy emphasizes readability. It is because it's very simple to write. It's an open source. That is, you can download and start writing. You don't need any formalities. So making it accessible for beginner while being powerful enough for second system development. So Python is versatile. It is widely used for different applications. So in Python, you can use Python to build a web application. You can use Python to build your mobile application. You can use Python to, just like what we are doing now. Like we can use Python for a beginner, just like what I mentioned earlier. Like it's for beginners and also for seasoned developers. So Python is versatile. Is widely used. So either you're a computer scientist or you're not a computer scientist, you can learn Python and you can make exploits with it, like developing a lot of application there. So what are the various applications we can use Python for? One, web development. I believe some of you here, what you've been eager to become a web developer, to be a front end developer, a back end developer, a full stack developer, and the like. So you can just try your luck with Python. So building server side web application using framework like Django and Flask. It is this framework will help you to build what we call a GUI interface, that is graphical user interface for your web development. So also for data science, for some of you here, you said I want to be a data analyst, I want to be a data scientist and the likes. So Python also find its way in this area. So by performing complex statistical calculation, data visualization, all the graphs you are seeing plotting graphs and the likes, then also building AI algorithm. So Python is what is still there. Then automation and scripting. So automation, repetitive tasks like renaming files or sending files, Python is still there. So software development also creating everything from games to business. I talk about mobile app. Let's say you can write your Python and what and there's what we call bulldozer that we can use to what to change our py file to apk file that is running on Android mobile phone. So you can use Python is what is everywhere. So that's why what we choose Python for this course. That as a young scientist, as a young computer scientist that is coming up, you can just lay your hands on Python and fit yourself in any of these application area. Then what before you know it, you just become like the Facebook owner, like the Meta owner, and the likes. So what are we saying here is that Python is what is good and is an high level language, and it's a language that is versatile. It's a language that finds its way in virtually every area. So you can say, I don't want to become a web developer, I want to become a data analyst, then learn Python and what you become a guru. So basic data types that we have in Python. So what are data types? Like those are they give names to our variable. Like data type can be your surname, that is it gives name to you. Like we can have a lot of people bearing your name in your class, but your data type, like your surname can give name, a unique name to what to your own name. That okay, I'm looking for Oreoluwa, maybe Oreoluwa Emmanuel. Can I say no, I'm looking for Oreoluwa Adedeji. You get. So as we go, you understand more about data type. So Python has several built-in data types for classification and storing different kinds of information. Like can I have A? So the data type we give meaning to that A. It can be of integer, it can be of float, it can be of string, it can be of boolean or the likes. Those are the data types we have. So you can check the variable data types by using type. I believe you can see the screen. That's where that reads type, then the open and close bracket. That is, if you want to check to validate or to check what type of variable is this or what type of data type this variable has, you just use type, then you put the variable inside, then we tell you the type of the data. I believe I'm communicating. Are we together? Hello, are we on the same note? Can I see your thumbs up if you are hearing me loud and clear? Oreoluwa, are you there? Oreoluwa Ayola, are you still here? Okay, okay, thank you. So integer. So we don't write it in full, int. So instead of writing integer in full, though there are some programming that you write it in full, just like quick basic, you can write it in full. But here you don't need to write it in full, just the first three letter, int. So this represents a whole number. When we say int a, it means that a is a type of what? A is a variable with a type of integer data type. That is, it can accept only numbers, and the numbers must what? Must be number without decimal. That is whole number, zeros to 9. Are we on the same note? So represent numbers positive or negative without a fraction part. The example is here, age equals 30. That is declaration of what? Of integer. Here, we've what? We declare a variable and we've assigned value to the variable. We're still coming to that as we move on. So another example of data types we have is the float. It is the floating data type. So here we write this one in full. It is float. So this represents real numbers with a decimal point. Example, price equals 19.99. So this is a floating. So anything you see like with dot, then we call it float. So if you want to declare such variable, you have to put a decimal place there. Then also we have the string. We write it as str. So it represents a sequence of characters. So enclosed in a single or double quote. For instance, name. You have borrowing students, OAU students, then message, hello world. So then we have the boolean, which is bool. This boolean is two types, true or false, yes or no. That's boolean. So represent one of the two values. Is either it's true or false, it is yes or it is no. Then we have the non-type. So it's a special data type that represents an empty value. When you say something is none, that's empty, no value. So empty value. When you say result equals none, it is the result is known, the result is empty. So variable and assignment statement. So what are variables? Variables are container. Or before we go to that variables, I think I just mentioned like five data types now in Python. So can someone just type through the charts? Like you can give us like two or three. So can someone type three or two data types that was discussed few seconds ago? Anybody? Oreoluwa. I think I can know. Can see Oreoluwa. I can see Victor. Okay, yes. Thank you. Favor. String, yes. Any other person? Yes. Okay, favor again. I think you need to clap for favor. Integer, yes, that's correct. Domain. This person must be a programmer. Dominic code, Boolean, yes, Boolean, bool, yes. That's correct. Yes, that's fine. Clap for yourself. So we have variables and assignment statements. So variables are containers that you use to store your values, just like your container, just like your bag, that you put your laptop, your book, your pen, everything inside. That's a variable. So we can now say is a symbol, is a symbolic name that acts as a container to store a value in the computer memory. Now, for instance, you're going out, you take that your small purse with you. Your money, your ATM card, everything is what is inside. So is what is a container that store what? That stores your items. That is variable. Do we get that? Do we get the definition? It's just a small container. Yeah, as you can see from the image here, you see the known. You see that container. We call it what? Is this cylinder? We call it a mathematics. You see it. So we have none there, and inside the none we have 20. So it's a container, is your purse, that your small purse that you take about to store your ATM card, your money, your wristwatch, whatever, you put it there. And for the ladies, they put their formatting tools inside, is what is variable. You get it? What did it store? It stores your values. Are we on the same note? So assignment statement. So the process of getting a value to a variable is done using the assignment statement. Like if you want to put something, like if you want to put your value into your container, you must do something. That is, there must be something the way you put it. So that operator that you use is what we call assignment statement. Now look at the image at the left hand side. We have 20, we have none, we have 20. So that equal to is what is an assignment statement. The equal to help us to store 20 inside none. Do we get it? Are we on the same note? So we have the example here, x equals 10. So this process is what we call an assignment statement. So once you have a declaration like this, x equals 10, then you perform what we call assignment statement. Are we on the same note? So let's move on. Then also we can have what we call a multiple assignment. So Python allow you to assign multiple variables at once. Like you have A, B, C. So instead of doing it, running it on different lines, you can what? You can run it in the same on the same line, like A, comma B, comma C equals 1, 2.5, then Python. Meaning that, okay, can someone, okay, yes, a quick one. We have A, we have B, we have C. Looking at the value that is assigned to ABC, what is the data type for each of these values? What's the data type for A? Oyoluwa, A, comma B, comma C equals 1, 2.5, then comma Python. So okay, yes, good. Yes, integer float. Yes, clap for fantastic favor. Yes, that's correct. Yes, A is integer, B is float, while C is string. Yes, you people are following. Yes, clap for favor. Yes, expression. An expression is a combination of values, variables, and operators. It is like you are expressing something. You are expressing um um you are expressing your mind. So your mind is what? Is a combination of what? Of your thoughts, your emotion to what? To the other person. So same thing is applicable here. Like the combination of values, of variables and operators all together, they form what? They form expression. And you know what value? With what? We've talked about value, we've talked about variables, and also we've talked about operators. What are operators? Those are the operands that we use, like the plus, the minus, the modulus, and the like. So bringing all this together, they now form what we call an expression. Like maybe someone, maybe you want to express yourself to somebody, then it means that it's what? It will come from your mind, the combination of your mind, your thoughts, and everything together, and your what? Your mood as well, or your facial whatever connection to the person, what will become an expression. Now look at this. We want to add two values together. I said A equals 2. That is what you are assigning. Now I've assigned what? 2 to A. B equals 3. I've assigned 3 to B. Then and I want to add the two together. Now, and I say sum equals A plus B. So the process of saying sum equals A plus B is what we call an expression. Do you get it? So sum equals A plus B will now give us what? 3 plus 5, that is 8. So you see the example here. Result equals 10 plus 5. This is what is an expression because it's the combination of values. What are the values? 10 and 5. Then the variables. What is the variable? That's the result. Then what are the operators? We have the equal to and the plus. They are operator. Are we on the same note? Do we get that clear? Can we move on? Okay, let's move on. We are still in module 2, so we need to move on. So expression and operator. So this expression evaluates to hello world. So greeting equals hello, which is string. Then we have an empty space. Then we have what? Word, which is hello word. So by the time we add these two together, we concatenate them together, we have what? We have hello word. Do we get that? Then this expression evaluates to through. So it's teenager. So who is a teenager? Age is greater than 12 and age is less than 20. So anybody within this age range, that is, you are greater than 12 years old and you are less than 20 years old, then what? You are a teenage or you are a teenager or you are a teen. Do we get it? So operators are specific. They are special symbols that perform computation on values and variable called operands, like your addition, your subtraction, your modulus, your caret, your what again? Your multiplication, your subtraction, and the likes. All these are what we call operators, or we call them operands. So arithmetic operators, that is, the operators can be arithmetic, can be logical. So the arithmetic operators, we have the addition, which we have as plus. Then we have the minus as the subtraction. We have asterisk as the multiplication. We have the forward slash as the division. We have the double forward slash as the floor division, and we have this modulus as um, this percentage as the modulus, and we have this double asterisk as the exponential. I believe you can see their outputs here. That someone will ask, like, what's the difference between division and the floor division? So the normal division will give you the decimal part. Why the floor division will only give you the whole number in which it will truncate the decimal part. Why the modulus will give you the remainder. It is 3 divided by 3 modulus, sorry, 10, 3 modulus 10, or 10 modulus 3. So 10 modulus 3 will give you the remainder part of that answer, of that yes. Because 10 divided by 3, that should be 3.5. But in modulus, it will only give you the remainder. That is, if you divide 10 by 3, it will give you 3 remainder what? Remainder 1. So it's the remainder that what that you will see outside here. Why this double asterisk is what we call the exponential, which give you the raised to power of the output. Then the comparison operator, that is, we can compare an operator as well. Now we've been using the single equal to since, but now we have the double equal to. See the double equal to here. The double equal to is we use it to test for equality. Is 10 equals to 10. I believe you understand that. That is 10 this equals this. Can you see what I just typed? Is different from this equals this. So the first one, 10 equals 10, we are what? We are only assigning 10 to 10. But here, we are testing for equality. That is, are they the same thing? That is the second one. But the first one, we are assigning. But the second one, we are what? We are testing for equality. That's why I call them comparison operator. Are we on the same note? So we use this double equals to to test for equality. We use this like not equals to. It is, we use that for not equals to. I believe we all know this. The third one, which is greater than, the less than, that we did in mathematics in GSS3. Then greater than or equals to, then less than or equals so those are comparison operator. Then logical operator, that is, we can also test for a logical, just like logical reasoning. Return true if the statement is what is correct. 5 is greater than 3, yes. And 10 is greater than 5, yes. Then true. And in equal to, we have the and, we have the or, and we have what? The not. And it means that what? The two party must be true. That is, if you are saying, just like you've been what? You've been saying, you've been a good person from day one, and one day, you know what? You now turn to a bad person. If we use and operator, then definitely you what? You are all a bad person throughout your life. Do you get it? Because that is and operator for you. It's what is, it serves as what? As multiplication. That your good work is what? Is 1, and your bad work is 0. So if you said 1 times 0, that's what? That's 0. It means that what? The person is a bad person. That is and operator. The two party words must be true. So the or operator, so it doesn't matter. Either the two are 0, sorry, either one of the stuff as 0, it will always what? Give you the true version. 5 is greater than 3, yes, that is true, is correct. But 10 is not less than 5. That one is false. But because we are using or operator, if that is if either of the two is correct, then give us what? Give us true. So it's correct. So you've been a bad person from day one. Then what? You now turn to a good person. If we use or operator, then what? We tell you that what? That you've been a good person from the beginning of your life. Do you get it? Are we on the same note? So the not is what? Is just the reverse of it. That this is good person. Then the opposite of good person is what? Is bad person. That's reverse. Just like what an opposite. Boy, girl. But this one we are reversing it. A, if it is not A, then is what? Is not A. Do you get it? If you are not good, then you are bad. There's no there's no middle line to stay. Do you get it? That is the not operator. Then we have the augmented operator, that is plus equals to. As you use this in increment, that is what we mean by the first statement we have here is okay. We have the equivalent here. It's just like you are adding value to the variables. That's the same thing as x equals to x plus 3, x equals to x minus 3, x equals to. So are we on the same note? So I think you can do this on your own. Create a variable length and assign its value 15. All these are just like you create a variable length equals 15. That's it. That's the solution to this. Create a variable width and assign its value 5. Width equals 5. Use the expression to calculate the area and store it in a new variable. So if you want to do that, you just like length equals 15, width equals 5, then area equals length times breadth, then point area, then you are done. Are we on the same? So I've solved this for you now. Hmm? Are we on the same note? So operators in action exercise. So you can just you can lay your hands on this as well. In less than 50 seconds, you are done as well. So if you want more, yes, we are coming to that. We still have more. So let's move to module 3. So before we move to module 3, is there any question? No question. So we move on. So module 3. Yeah, let's talk about the typecasting, then the strings and the escape character. So we can convert um, integer. Sorry, we can convert variable from one type to another. That is, if a variable is a float, we can what? We can typecast it to become what? To become an integer. That's what we mean by typecasting. That is type conversion of data type. Convert a data type from its current form to a new form. So string sliding, also string modification, string concatenation, and string formatting. Then string method and special character. We see that in this module. So typecasting is the process of converting a value from one data type to another. You change the form of what of the person. Just like ladies, you see them, they change their form. In the morning you see them with one face. In the afternoon, after their formatting tools, what be like, is this the same person? The person has what have typecasted, like it has changed from one form to what to another. So integer can be changed to what to a float. Then also string can be changed to an integer. So how do we do this? So to do that, we what convert an integer to a string value. We have counts of what 100. So we want to convert a number into a string value. To do that, you just bring the value you want to change. Like we want to change it to what? To a string. So we put the string there, str, then the count. So the number that is coming out is no more an integer, but yeah, it has turned to a string value. So string sliding, so allow you to extract a specific portion of a string. So you use the square bracket. Like you want to extract, for instance, stop. So you want to extract the first two character, and this can be done also using array. And in array, for each word, it starts with index, and the first letter is 0. It is, we have, for instance, stop, is 4 words. But if we want to count it, we will start from what? From 0. That is the first, the S will be 0, the index of S is 0, the index of T is 1, the index of O is 2, and the index of P is 3. So if you want to typecast, like I want to extract just maybe I want to extract top from stop. Then to do that, I will just use the okay. Now the syntax for is not sliding, it's slicing. String slicing, not sliding. So we use the syntax is this. We have the start, we have the stop, and we have the step. So the start is what? The starting index, which must be inclusive. Then the stop is the end index, which is exclusive. Then we have the interval between the slides. So this is the example of such. We have print message is 0 or 5. Then what's the message? The message is hello Python, and we want to start from index 0 and we stop at 5. So it will print from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the output of this will be what? Will be hello. Do we get that? We want to slide this message. The message is hello Python. And let's go back to this place. I said here, this is the syntax for it. Can you see it? The second paragraph. The syntax is start, stop, and step. So here we need to start the message itself. Then where are we starting from? We want to start from 0, which is, I just I cited an example that for each word they have what? They have their index. The first index is 0. So this stop, we start with what? With 0. H is 0, E is 1, L is 2, another L is 3, then O is what? Is 4. So we won't count it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but we count it as 0 to 5. So now sliding this, we will get you start from 0, a 0 index, then you stop at 5. So we have hello as our slicing string. So we also have the 7. So we have we said it's inclusive. We may not put the starting point, then the output will be hello and comma. Then also we have slide from the 7 index. So meaning that we are printing only Python and the like. So this is how to slide a string value. So modifying strings. So in Python, strings are immutable. This is which means you cannot change them directly, but you can modify them. So any operator that modifies a string actually creates a new string, which with the changes. So let's see the example to do that. Greeting, hello world. So this creates a new string and does not change the original greeting variable. So new greet dot replace word, then comma hello world. So here we are changing it, replacing the greeting to a new form of greeting by saying instead of hello world, we use word Python. So print greeting, the output will be hello world. Print new greeting, the output will be hello Python. Then concatenating string. It is we can add two strings together. Joining string, that's concatenation. It is you have different string output. Then you now want to join the two together. So to do that, we use the word concatenation to join the word together. So concatenation means joining. You are joining two things together. So we use this plus sign to concatenate two string values together. You see, first name, we have John. Then the second name, we have Dre. Then full name equals the first name plus this last name. That is the word, the operand plus is used for when it comes to numeric value, we use it for addition. But when it comes to string value, we use it for concatenation. Then we add the two words together. So at the end of the day, we have John Doe as our output. Are we on the same note? Are we together? So these are examples of concatenation of strings. Then escape character. So escape sequence, or we call them escape characters. Those are special sequences used inside of strings to represent different things. Like they are prefix that they don't react to our message, but they have effects on our message. For instance, Just like in biology, then we introduced or we were taught what catalyst. Yes, we defined catalyst. Then we said catalyst. Those are chemical reaction. They speed up chemical reaction, but they did not react to it. Example of such is maybe your stirring stick. This is when you are making eba or amala. You use your stirring stick to make it, but your stirring stick will not have effect on it will not mix with that your eba or amala, but it will speed up the process of forming your food. So all these are what we call escape sequence in programming. \n is an escape sequence that we use to move to next line. So it will not react to your code, but we have effect by what? By changing the flow or the mode of your code. /n it what? It will take you to the next line. /t it will give you a double space like a tab in your code. Then backward slash, double backward slash, then to give you a it will take whatever you shift forward, it will take it back. Then backward slash, then we double quote, it will what? It will give a double quote to your statement. Then backward slash with a single quote will give single quote to your statement. So all these are what we call escape sequence. We call them escape characters. They are special sequence used inside a strings to represent characters that are otherwise difficult or impossible to type. You get it? So we're using a new line. So from this moment on, if you want to use a new line in most of the structured programming language, you use backward slash n, backward slash n to the new line, backward slash t, it give you tabs, then double backward slash, then the double quote to give double quote to your words and the likes. We have a lot of escape sequences. So as you go in programming, then you keep knowing more and more of these escape character or escape sequence. So strings method. So Python built-in str, that is string class, they have many useful methods for manipulating and expecting strings. We have text equals, so anything in double quotes, we call them string or string literals. That is the way you put it is the way the words they will come out. So removing white space from the beginning. So for instance, we have see this text. That is the second paragraph. We have text equals, we have the double quote, and we have a lot of space before hello. Then we have Python. Then we have a lot of space before the close quote as well. So this can cause unnecessary memory usage in your output or in your memory. So for us to use some strings method to remove them, we just use text.stripe, then you close it. So this will remove unnecessary space that you have, maybe forward space or backward space that you have in your output. It will remove it for you. We have a lot of strings like that. We have the lower, that is, you turn a capital letter into a lowercase. This is text.lower. Then text.upper, you turn any word, maybe the word is in lower case, that is in small letter, then you can change it to capital letter or upper case and the likes. So we have them also. We have the slogan, we have the sentence and the likes. So thank you. That's about module 3. So we move on again. At least we still have 1 hour. I think that's a good one. Since we use 1 hour for 3 modules, I think we should be able to finish the module. So are we on the same note? If you are together, let me see you. Let me see your thumbs up. Let me see your yes. Let me see your reaction. Favor, are you still there? Dominion coding, are you there? Oreoluwa, Ayola. Okay. Okay, this is Lord Dominican, Abi. Oreoluwa, okay. Okay. So let's move on. So these are the exercises that you can do. Convert the floating point. 98.6 to an integer and print the result and its type. So uh, you've used 1 hour in class and you don't know the class you are attending. This is problem solving techniques. That's course 102. So you can lay your hands on this. Just try them out. You convert from floating point to an integer. Give two strings, a equals 22 and b equals 10. Convert them into an integer and print their sum. So those are the things that we'll talk about in class. So is the slide available, sir? Yes, now the slide will be available for you people. So module 4. So here we talk about lists, we talk about sets, and we talk about tuples and dictionary. So here we're going into Python like fully. Like Python, you see what we call a list. So list is a dimensional matrix. Why a set details with union and intersection. Why your tuples and dictionary, your tuple and dictionary with key values, pair dictionary, and the like. Yes, you can use VS Code for Python program. Yes, that's very correct. But you must install Python 3. That is, you first of all install the Python interpreter on your system. So once you have the Python interpreter, then you can now download your VS Code and start running your code. And we have a lot of ways to run your Python code. But first install your Python interpreter, which is Python 3. Let it be on your system. You are using Windows system, you can download it from store, install Python free, then interpret on your system, then you go ahead. So you can run your code. You can run your code from the command prompt. That is the DOS from the DOS environment, provided you have Python, and also you can run it from any IDE environment that you have. But the major thing is have Python 3, the interpreter on your system. Let it be installed. So list is a mutable ordered collection of items that can be used, that can be of different data types. So item is in a list are indexed with the first one is 0. So we have the item have a defined order that does not change unless the list is modified. Then the mutable, they can change, add or remove item after the list. Then it allows duplicate. Then the syntax of list is the square bracket. That is the name of the list, then the square bracket. So you can create a list, like we have a list of fruits here. Fruit, we have apple, banana, and cherry. Or the mixed list, we have the one, the hello. So these are what are mixed lists. Like the first one is what is a string value throughout. That is their string list. Why this one is what we have integer, we have strings, we have also we have floating points, then we have the boolean inside a single list. So lists can be accessed by their index. That is, you want to access the index, a particular list, you use their index to access it. For instance, we have fruit 0. Fruit 0, it means that what? We want to display an apple. Fruit 1, we want to display banana. Fruit 2, we want to display cherry and the likes. So, and list can be modified by changing the elements, e.g. fruit 1. Fruit 1 initially is what? Banana, but we can what? We can change it to what? To orange. Adding element with the append or insert. Then we can remove a list. Then we can count the number of items we have in the list using len to get the length of what? Of the list. Then a tuple. A tuple is an immutable order collection of items. So tuples are similar to lists but cannot be changed after creation. Unlike list, you can what? You can change list, you can replace the item in the list, but in tuple you can't do that. So ordered, the item have a defined unchanging order. So immutable, you cannot change, add, or remove item. So allow duplicates. You can have multiple items with the same value. So the tuple, in tuple, you don't use the square bracket, but you use what? The open and close parentheses. Is it? Yes. So tuple are faster than list in processing, and they are suitable for dictionary because they are immutable. So a tuple can be created using the coordinates. Coordinates equals 10, 20, and 30. So the elements can also be accessed using the index. So the coordinate 0 is 10, coordinate 1 is 20, coordinate 2 is 30. So and sliding is possible. That is coordinate 1, then slide gives 20 and 30. It is once you say coordinate 1, then the full column, it means that to the end, it will just display the that very point to the last element. Let's take for instance, we have up to 50 here, so it will display up to 50 items for us. So attempting to modify a tuple will result in a type error. So yes, you can use PyCharm as well. Yes, you use PyCharm, but I think maybe the coding, yes, the code might be a little bit different if you use PyCharm. Yes, because sometimes if you want to print, maybe normal Python, in normal Python, if you said print open, you open your parentheses and put whatever you want to print. Like for instance, print open the parentheses and put sum, then close it. For normal Python, it may accept it, but if you use PyCharm, it may not accept it. Like putting open and close parentheses might be floating an error for you. So for PyCharm, it may be like print average or print sum without the open and close parentheses. Do you understand that? Okay, why is sliding possible in tuple, but we cannot modify? Yes, sliding is not that you are changing the value or you are modifying or replacing it. It's just like you are displaying a list of items. It's different from you replacing a value. Now, in list, you said list the particular location list, open the square bracket, list one, then you want to replace it. Just look at it very well. List one equals you want to replace equals this item. That is, change the content of list one. Then the word add element with append. That is, you want to change it. But in tuple, you are not replacing, you are only displaying the content. You said coordinates one, that is, you want to display from index one to the last. Do you get it? You are not replacing here, but you are displaying it. That's what we call the sliding in tuple. Do you get it, Ayolua? Okay, Daniel. Which one is actually the best? So it depends on what you are working on. So just like as a programmer, you can use any programming of your choice based on the problem you are solving. Do you get it? So if this particular programming does not have the ability of what to achieve what you want to achieve, then you move to another programming language. That's why it's better as a programmer to know more than one programming language. Do you get it? So anything can be best. Okay, yeah. Are you talking about the Python? Yes. It depends on what you have now. That's why you're a programmer. You can debug. So if you are using PyCharm, you are getting errors. So you debug it. And one thing in programming is what debugging is the heart of programming. You get it? So it's not just about writing code, writing code. A lot of people write code, but not everybody know how to debug. So if you have the heart of debugging, then you are what? You are a good programmer. So use PyCharm, fine. Use normal Python, fine. It's still the same Python. But what? But learn the art of debugging. Like, okay, you debugging is what? The art of locating an error and know what to do in order to what? To mitigate that error for your code to compile successfully. So you write code, fine, you can write anything, but what? But try to what? To know how to locate those error and how to correct the error for you to have what? An error-free code. You get it? Okay, set. A set is an unordered collection of unique elements. So it is mutable, but its elements can be of an immutable. That is, it can be numbers, strings, tuples, and the likes. So on order, the item do not have a defined order and cannot be accessed by index. So you can add or remove item after a set. So the set, you will use what we call the curly bracket as its own syntax. So I believe you can differentiate between these three now. Like when it comes to to a list, we use the square bracket. The square bracket, if you get it. Then when it comes to tuple, we use the parentheses, open and close parentheses. But when it comes to set, you use the curly bracket. You get it? Okay. So a set can be created as unique numbers like 1 to 4 or 1 to 3, 3, 4, which fields automatically remove duplicates, yes, resulting in 1, 2, 3, 4. So automatically it will delete duplicates. But in tuple, you can have duplicates in tuple. So you can add elements using add, and also you can remove elements using the remove or discard. So set operation like union, intersection, and differences are also available in a set. So these are examples of sets. So set one and set two. So once we intersect, we have we have three as a point of intersection here. So a dictionary is a mutable unordered collection of key value pairs. So it maps unique immutable key to values which can be of any data type. So dictionary are highly optimized for retrieving data based on their key. So the example is the key value pairs. So the mutable, the unique keys. So you can add, you can remove, and you can what? You can change the key value. You can store data in key and unique keys. Each key must be unique within a single dictionary. Then the immutable key must be of immutable types. That is like strings, like numbers, like tuple, and the likes. So the dictionary also will use the curly bracket as the syntax. So we want to create a dictionary like of a person, like person. The name of the person is let's take for instance is Ayoluwa, and Ayoluwa is of let's say is maybe 18 years or 19 years. Then Ayoluwa is from maybe Lagos, Ikeja. So that's what we've created a dictionary about a student named Ayoluwa. So access the value using is key. So if we want to access the value, we can access it by the person, then you open the curly bracket, the name of the person, it what will just display Ayoluwa. Then modify a value. Let's say, for instance, Oreoluwa Ayola is not 18 years, and we want to modify the value. We just say equals 19. Then it will just then print person. So because person is the name of the dictionary, so once you print the person, it will display Oreoluwa Ayola, then the age 19 years and the city Lagos for us to see. So that's how to create a dictionary in Python. Then adding new keys to the dictionary. It is we have the name, the person, that is the name of the dictionary, which is person. Then what do we want to add? Maybe Ayoluwa email and and likes. And remove the key from the person. Maybe we want to remove the city, we want to hide Ayoluwa city. Just say DL. So person. Then what we want to delete? The city. Then we have what? To delete the person there. So that's the end of module 4. So any questions so far? This module 4, we'll talk about list, we'll talk about tuple, we'll talk about set, and also we'll talk about dictionary. So any question? So what, Michael Akinlolu, you said you don't quite understand. What's that? Python is not just an English. Python is a programming language. It's an high-level language. And when we say something is high-level language, it uses what we call an English-like statement. I think I've talked about that earlier, like comparing high-level language with machine language and assembly language. So Python is not just an English, but it uses English-like statement to communicate with the system. And when we said, I think I defined programming earlier, like is a notation of communicating with a set of notation or a set of strings, notation that you use to communicate with your computer to perform a given task. So the person that is telling you that is just an English-like statement is not showing you the way. Maybe the person don't want you to become a data scientist. The person don't want you to become a web developer, and you don't want you to become a front end and back end or full stack guy. So don't mind the person, please. If you want to learn more about Python, please go ahead. So Python is not just English, but it's a programming language with which showcase in different application, be it web development, mobile development, data science or data scientist or data analysis and the like. So please, Eastward Daniel, don't mind the person. Python is a powerful programming language. Like, can we actually learn it finish? There's no end to learning. So you cannot say you want to learn something finish. You continue. It's a continuous process. Do you get it? So you learn it today. For instance, for those that started with that start with simple programming language like Ada and the likes, so they are still learning new programming till now. So maybe in the next 5 years, another program will come out, another programming language will come out. So you cannot learn anything finish. You keep learning. Can we know it all? Nobody know everything all now. Nobody is an island of knowledge. You cannot know everything all. You know your part, and you use your part to what, to develop what you know. You use it to develop yourself to get what you want. Mm. That's why I said in Python, some people use Python for majorly for data science, majorly for data science, just like machine learning. Why some people use it for majorly for mobile development. Some people use it for web development. Some people use it for web application. So it depends on where you want to go. So everybody cannot go to the same room. So just like after this class now, you cannot just all of you cannot come to my house. Like nobody can come to my house. So you go to your various destination, to your various room. Do you get it? So it's what you know that you will develop yourself on. You can know everybody can know Python, but in different ways. My own aim of knowing Python can be that I want to become a machine learning engineer. Yeah, I want to become a data scientist. I want to become a web developer. But we are what? We are still using the same programming language. Do you understand? So you cannot know it all, and it's what you want to know that nobody can know everything. Do you get it? So module 5, table of content. Here we talk about conditional statements, we talk about loops, and we talk about function. So conditional statement, I think I talk about it briefly in under module 2 or module 1, I think. Conditional statements is just like when a program, it's a sequence, or we call it a control structure. Yes, under control structure, we can define control structure or divide control structure into 3 forms. That's when we have the sequence control structure, the selection control structure, and the iteration control structure. The sequence is just a one-way approach from up to down, A to Z. You are not branching anywhere. Do you get it? That is sequence control structure. Now, selection control structure, it means that what you use loop, or sorry, you use if statement, you use conditional statement like A. If A is greater than B, just like your grade. All of you will write this course, but it's not everybody that will have A. So it depends on where you stop. When your fuel finish, that's where you get your own grade. If your fuel finish at 40, then you have E. If your fuel finish at 50, you have C. Do you get it? That is conditional statement. If your score in COS 102 is 50, then your grade is C. Then if you have more fuel and you are able to reach 70 score, then you have A. That is condition. Do you get it? It's not one way approach at all. It's conditional. Now we have this class. Now maybe we are going to finish by 6. Then some of you, they're like, okay, if this class extends to 6 p.m. on the dot, then I'm not going to cook beans again. Then I'm going to what? I'm going to cook rice. That's condition. But let's assume that we stop this class by 5:30. Then you still have more time. That, okay, yes, I can still use 1.5 hours to cook beans. Then I eat by 7. Then I can sleep. That is condition. Do you get it? Are we on the same note? So if else, those are the things we use, or those are the items we use for conditional statement. Then the loop, we use the for and the while loop. Then the functions, we use parameter, and we use argument. So conditional statement controls the flow of a program executing different blocks of code based on whether a specific condition is true or false. If the condition is true that this class is going to extend to 6 or 6:30, then I'm not going to cook beans tonight again. That's condition. Else, I will cook beans. That is, the class will not extend to 6:30. Then you can still cook beans and eat. Do you get it? So if statement, the if statement executes a block if code only, the block of code only if the condition is true. Yes, if the condition is true that this class is not going to be extended to 6:30, then you will go home and cook beans. Do you get it? That is the if statement. So code to execute the condition statement, you see it now. Yeah. Check if the number is a positive number. So number equals to 10. Then we now want to check. If number is greater than 0, then you do what? You print the number is a positive number. Are we on the same note? Am I communicating? If I'm communicating, can you give me a thumbs up? Oreoluwa Yola, are you there? Favor, are you there? Israel. Okay. So if else statement, the if else statement proves an alternative block of code. So like this if statement, the conditional statement or the if statement, we have what we call a single if statement. We have what we call a binary if statement. When we say something is binary, that is that's two. That is you can have two alternatives. Like if, okay, for instance, if what example do I want to give? Like you have one condition, but it will give you two different statements. If this class will extend to 6:30, I will not go I will not cook beans. Else I will cook rice. That is two statements. You get it? But there are some condition that if this class will extend to 6:30, then I'm not going to eat tonight. So that is a single statement. You're not going to do anything again. But there are some conditions that are binary. That's if else. That's when else comes in play. So the if else statement provides an alternative block of code to run when the if condition is false, then the structure look like this. So the number is 7. So if number modulus 2 equals to 0, you print this is an even number. Else you print this is odd number. So let's try this. 7 modulus 2. What would be the answer? The answer of 7 modulus 2. I think I've talked about modulus here. 7 modulus 2 is what? Ayola. Oreoluwa Ayola. What's 7 modulus 2? Favor. Dominion. Okay, yes, that's correct. Yes, 7 modulus 2 is 1. So what will be the output for this code? If 7 modulus 2 is 1, so what's the output for this code? Fantastic favor. Fantastic favor. What's the outcome? What will be the output for this code? If 7 modulus 2 it give us 1, then what will now be the output? It's to Daniel. The number is, yes, that's correct. Clap for favor. Yes, the number is what? Is odd because we are testing for equality here, and 1 is not the same as 0. So the answer is the number is odd. Yes, thumbs up for you people. You people are, yeah, you're following. So this is binary statements or binary control structure. We're giving what? 2 out. The number is odd. So the if else statement, this is a multiple control structure. Here also we can use what we call the case or the switch case here. So this statement allows for checking multiple condition in order. So this the in order we can use this for your grading system. Now we have 40, is it, yes, 40 to 45, that is E, right? 40 to 44, that is E. 45 to 49, that is D. Then 50 to 59, that's C. 60 to 69, that is what? B. While 70 to 100, that is A. So in this case, because we have multiple options, so instead of us using if else, then we can now use if else statement. So from this, we test for multiple condition, like if Ayoluwa's score is greater than 40 and less than 49, then Ayoluwa score is what? Is, let's say, D. Else if, then we have a condition again in front of that else if. Else if Ayoluwa score is greater than 50 and score is less than 59, then is C. Else if Ayoluwa score is greater than 60 and less than 69, then Ayoluwa is what? As B. Else if, because we want to cast our else, we don't want someone to enter 102 and we will give the person A. So we still try the else if again. Else if Ayoluwa score is greater than 70 or is greater or equals to 70 and less or equals to 100, then Ayoluwa has what? A. We now put else, invalid input. Can come and enter 101, or someone can come and enter -1. So that's why what we need to cast our outputs at the end of the day. So that's the essence of the if else statement. Do we get that? So this is the example here. Can we see it now? If score is greater than 90, so your score is 85. So if the score is greater than or equals to 90, then the person will have what? A. Else if score is greater or equals to 80, the person will have B. Else if score is greater or equals to 80, the person will have C. Else the person will fail the course. You get it? You get that? Okay, we move on. So still on else if, so we have what we call the nested if statement. So the if inside if, just like when we said Yoruba people say we have bat inside a bat. So we have if inside what if, and the inner if what will be closed before the outside if will be closed. So Dora T, he said you did not understand what. Okay, you now understand. Yes, glory be to God. So, for more complex logic, you can place if statement inside other if statement. Just like we have if A is greater than B, then we now have another if that is under the first if. So this is the example here. So we in the example here we have age equals to 65. Then we want to test if this is a member of our family or not. So if age is greater or equals to 60, if is a member, then you print you are qualified for the 30% senior member discount. So you see that what is a two testing stage now. Are we together? That is what we call nested if. Else, points you are qualified for a 20% discount. Else, you are not eligible for a senior discount. Are we together? Favor, do you get that? That's what we call the nested if. We are putting if inside the if. Like we are testing for two conditions. We're testing for the age. Also, we are testing for the membership. If you are qualified by age, then you should also be qualified by what? By membership. Are we on the same note? Okay, let's move on. So logical operator. So logical operator like and, or, and not can be used to combine multiple conditions together. Just like I think we've talked about logical operator in module 3. So age equals 18. Then born again. If you are born again here through house first. So if your age is greater or equals to 18 and born again, it is instead of using multiple the nested if statement, we can also use the logical operator. But the condition must what? Must be yes or must be true. If the condition is true, then we what? We move to the next one. So welcome. You may enter the altar. Sorry, you cannot enter the altar. You stay under the altar. Do you get it? So loops, that's iteration. Like they are used to repeat a block. Like you want to repeat a statement until that condition is what is being satisfied. So Python has for and while loop. So the for loop iterates over items in a sequence like list or strings or other iterables. So for variables in sequences, which logical operators are used with if? We just use AND operator now. You see, this is AND operator. And it means that what? The condition must be true. No matter any other circumstances, if this condition is not true, then you won't get the answer. Like if you use or here, it's the person may be 18 and not born again. So you are welcoming the person to the altar. Just like you are not holy and you are stepping the altar of God. Do you get it? So for us to what? To make the right person to step into the altar, the person must be greater than 18, then also must be holy, must be born again. That is AND logical operator. Do you get that, Dominic? Okay. Yeah, condition, but it is what? It is AND operator. But if you use all here, you know what will happen? It means that anybody can what? Can just enter. Just like you moving to 200 level, you must satisfy some certain what points. You must get some points for you to what? To say, oh boy, you are not on probation. You can move graciously to 200 level. You get it? So what is confusing, Morelua? confusing you here? Aurelua, should we move on? The logical operator, yes. Like you can have um the if statement. You can instead of writing two nested if, but there is a way that there are some issues that you need the nested if statement, but also there are some conditions that you don't need the nested if, but you need the logical operator. For instance, if I want to test for grade, if score is greater than 70, so I don't need nested if here. I can use operator, logical operator, and score is less than 100. So on the same line, do you get it, Morelua? So in the if statement, you can use a logical operator. If this is this and this is this, then perform this. Do you get it? Okay. So we move on. So where are we? We're talking about loop. So for variable in sequence, that is, you have, let's say for instance, you have 1 to 10, or you have like a million or 100 items, and you want to visit each of these items in a token of an I. So you can use the loop operators to do that. So for instance, we have fruits to be apple, banana, and cherry. So for us to loop through this all through, we use the for statement to do that. So for fruits in fruits, print fruit. So here we just print everything we have in that list. Do you get? So the loop work with the range. So here is going to generate 1 to 5 for us. So it's printing 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 item for us here. So also the while loop is also a condition, an iteration or a loop iteration control structure, a repetitive control structure. So in place of for statement as well. So is either we use the for statement or we use the while statement. So this is example of the for statement. Count equals 3. So while your count is greater than 0, print count. So count minus equals 1, then print go. So can we just run this code together? Like we want to count 3. That is, our count is 3. Count is a counter, so it's 3. So is 3 greater than 0? Yes. What will it print for us here? It will print 3. So the first item will be what? Or the first output will be 3. Then here we now have counts. I believe you've seen this operator before, minus equals. I think we talked about it earlier. Minus equal, it's is as same as count equals count minus 1. So it's going to display 3 minus 1, which is 2. Then it will not go. Yes, it won't go here. It will go back. Okay, yes, it will print go for us. Yes. Then it will now go back again. We now say your count is what? Now your count is not more 3, but 2. You now like 2 is greater than 0. Yes. Then it will print what? 2. So it will print 3. Then the next output will be 2. Then it will now print what? Count count equals count minus 1. That is 2 minus 1. Then we have what? We have 1. Then it will also what? Print go. Then it will come back. Sorry, it won't print go. There should be a curly bracket here. So it won't print go. Then it will go back again. By that going back again, our count will be 1. So we will now test again. Is 1 greater than 0? Yes. Then it will print what? 1. So our output will be 3, 2, 1. Then it will now test it. So it will now tell us 1 minus 1. That is what? That is 0. So it will now test again. Why is 0 greater than 0? No. Once 0 is not greater than 0, then it will now print go. So our output will be 3, 2, 1, go. So you try this on your free period, in your free period, and see how the output will. But I've shown you the output. The output are 3, 2, 1, go. That is the output for this countdown example. So this is also example of how to use the for loop statement. For num equals the numbers, then if num equals to 4, break, then print. Then for also for skipping um, of a um, of a number as well. So functions is a block, like just like you have maybe a plot of land, and you are trying to break them into small pieces of land. Maybe you divided into four, then to build small self a room self con inside. That is a function. Like it is a block of code to perform specific action which are usable. At the end of the day, you can what? Okay, you may decide to what, to remove these a single piece of um, single bedroom flat and what, and build on the whole part of um, the the land. How are we going to test it? Is there an ID? Yes. And someone just made mention of VS Code the other time. Yes. And if you don't have VS Code, your notepad we do it for you. Just download Python 3, install it on your system, then open your notepad, write the code inside, then save it as maybe example.py. That is, make sure you what? You save it as .py. It will convert it to Python. Then you go to your DOS. It is your DOS command. Just to run it from your DOS command, provided you have Python installed on your laptop. So you can use Notepad, you can use VS Code, you can also you can use um, notebook. Yes, you can use Python notebook to do that. That is, maybe you download Anaconda, then you run it from Jupyter notebook and the likes. You can use any ID to do that. You get it, Favor? Can a while loop be converted to a for? Yes, you can convert a while loop to this code that was shown here as a while loop. You can convert it to a for loop statement. And also that's what I normally do in exam as well. Like I'll give you a code, okay, convert it to another form of loop. Then you get just to test whether you really get the logic or the likes. So a function is a block of code that performs a specific, organized, and reusable task. You can execute a function by calling. That is, you can call a function. You you have a function header, then and using function helps break down complex problem into smaller manageable pieces of code in order to avoid repetitive and make your program easy. Just like the example I cited, that you have a whole plot of land and you said, how can I just build alone and be living here? You can divide it into 4 segments and reuse each of these segments for you to have what, more buildings on that piece of land, in which all the buildings at the end of the day, they are still yours as what, as the landlord or the landlady of the house. So you define a function before you call a function. So in Python, you define a function using the def keyword and followed by the function name and parentheses. Yes, you download Anaconda. Yes, you can download Anaconda and you install it. So once you install it, you launch your Jupyter notebook. From there, you will see to display an ID for you where you can run your Python code. But majorly for those people working with machine learning. So if you not have interest in working with machine learning, you can just use your normal download normal Python 3, then run it from your normal PyCharm or your Notepad or VS Code and the likes. But if you have interest in machine learning, you can download Anaconda, then you run it. Or also you can also use Google Colab, which is online, to do your work. So so in Python, you can define a function using the def keyword followed by the function's name and the parentheses. So the code block for the function must be identified. The syntax for function. So this is it. Yeah, like def. It is the definition, a function that prints a simple greeting. So you want to print, this is the function definition using the def, that's the def, then greet, print hello world, welcome to Python class. So to call the function, you just use the word greet and the open and close parentheses, then your function is being called for you. So in function, we have what we call parameters and we have what we call an argument. So variable listed inside a parenthesis in the function definition. So they are placeholder for the values and the function. The actual value passed to it is like, if for instance you have definition, the function name, the name of the function is greeting. Then you now open your curly bracket and you put some variable inside. Those variable you put inside the open and close curly bracket are what we call the function parameters. Why those value that you pass into them are what we call arguments. I believe you get that. So this is it here. So we have the defining a function. We have my sum. So my sum is the function name, while a and b is the parameter for the function. So when calling the function, so here the top one is function definition. You are defining of your function. Now, while calling the function, we have what? We have 10 and 20. So those 10 and 20 are argument. I believe you can differentiate between the parameters and arguments now in a function. Can we? So parameter are mentioned in the function definition, while arguments actual parameter, which is arguments, are passed during the function call. Favor, are you together? Are you here? Dorothy, are we here? Michael. So these are also examples of functions that you can create. Then return statement, send the value back to the caller of the function. So types of arguments. Okay. So this is as you can see, this is our Python IDE. So those are the codes within. You see hash, you see some text in red. Those texts in red are what we call comments in Python. But use it to comment, and comment in Python is just for the comment in any programming language is just for documentation. It has no effect on the compiler. That is, the compiler has no effect on it. It's just for the users to see, or for the programmer to see what the person is trying to pass across. So this is the num1 and num2 variable um, declaration and assignment operation. So num1 equals 5, num2 equals 10. So I declare a variable and I assign values to them. While result is what is an expression. The result equals num1 plus num2. That is, you adding two values together. Then print. You print your sum, you print your result. So the next one is showcasing list. Then how you can print list, the value in a list, and the likes. Like the first list is what it has different data type. Like we have strings and we have integers there. Then also creating an array. We don't talk about array here. So we write also using a loop. You see, this first loop display display even numbers between 2 and 11. That is, here we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So it will display the even number between 2 and 11. Then here it will display numbers, just natural numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's what we display here. Then we use the same thing for while statement as well. See, those are what we've discussed today. That's all about introduction to Python. I will enjoy you to not to stop here, because this course is a powerful one, and once you pay close attention to it, then it can throw you to the world to become a good web developer, a good data scientist, a mobile developer, and the like. So don't let it stop here. You keep the fire burning, and you try to lay your hands on a lot of things, a lot of questions, a lot of challenges in Python. And before you know it, before you close and open your eyes, you become a data scientist tomorrow. You get it? So don't stop here today. So if you have any concern, any question, you can check me in my office at Hayes Building. So any questions so far? That's the end of our class today. So thank God we did not get to with the class did not extend to 6 p.m. on the dot. So you can still cook beans for those of you that still want to cook beans. And those of you that want to sleep without cooking, that is the second binary option. You can do that, but I will enjoy you not to do that. So you will get the slide and you read wide. Don't just stop here. So I want to hear maybe by tomorrow that wow, from Python class today, yeah, it's spurred me to become a data scientist. It's spurred me to become a web developer, a mobile developer, a front end and back end developer, and a full stack developer. You get it? Or a machine learning engineer. You get it? So thank you. Any question? So thank you, everybody. In the absence of none, see you next. Um, enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you. Bye.